On this day 27 years ago, that is the 27th of April, 27 years ago, a Zambian Air Force plane was taking the Zambian national football team to Senegal to honor a World Cup qualifying game in Senegal. Scheduled were quite a few stopovers for refueling, and taking off from Gabon, which was one of the points where they were to stop over. Shortly after takeoff from Libreville, this plane developed mechanical faults and crashed, thus killing everybody on board. And who was on board? Like I said, the entire Zambian national football team of players and officials and cabin crew, thereby in that move wiping out completely a whole generation of budding and promising aspiring football stars from Zambia. It was a tragedy, of course. It was not just a Zambian tragedy, it was an African tragedy. And a lot has been made of it over the years. It's been fully documented. We can't say much more about it anymore. International attention has been on it. Documentaries have been provided and produced. Monuments have been erected. Conspiracy theories have been flying around over the years. So we can't overflog this issue. But this morning, someone that I know pointed something out. And it formed the crux of why I wanted to reach out to our leaders today and our leaders of tomorrow. And I'm talking about, the elements, the irony of choice making and decision making in leadership. How small details, little choices of little options and alternatives lead you to making big decisions that can even have a more ballooning effect. And what am I saying here? One of the things that have been making the rounds over the years was the fact that it seemed like one of the reasons why the Zambian authorities at the time felt the need to put this team in a Zambian Air Force plane to go and honor the assignment was because they felt that it was cheaper and they would be saving money. Cheaper option than buying individual flight tickets for the players and officials to go and honor this national assignment. And the irony there is, the money that they were trying to save, where they made the decision to go on the cheap and fly these boys in this Air Force plane, they ended up spending more than, because they actually ended up paying flight tickets for their officials to go to Gabon and paying more to commercial airlines to repatriate the bodies of these heroes from Gabon back to Zambia. And that is the sad irony of it. And that's the sad irony of leadership sometimes. Penny-wise, pound foolish, people would say, but I think it goes beyond that, because 34 lives were lost. A whole generation of footballers were lost. We pay tribute to them, but we pay tribute to the ones who picked it up as well, the survivors, who fought from then on, such that they started making their marks and climbing, to a point where 18 years later, and there's an irony, 18 years later, a team of 18 people from Zambia, players, were in Gabon, where this thing happened, where the plane crash happened 18 years before, to win Zambia's first and only so far African Nations Cup title, playing in a final that was determined by a shootout where 18 penalties were needed for them to emerge as winners. The irony of numbers, I call it. But back to leadership. We need to be wary. Can we please be wary of the choices we have and the decisions that we make as leaders, knowing full well and keeping in mind the fact that most of our little decisions and the choices that we make can have bigger effects than even we imagined. And I really and sincerely hope that our leaders, current and aspiring, will look at this event of 27 years ago and similar ones afterwards and before and learn lessons in making choices and taking decisions.